Welcome, race fans, to Speed Zone TV's broadcast tonight. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, up in the booth. We'll be doing the shakedown tonight, 50 laps at Talladega Superspeedway. It's going to be a special night tonight. Drivers racing for the 7th race of the season after having a 2-week hiatus. Going to be interesting to see how they shake down the field and if they're able to stay calm and get it done for these 50 laps. Going to be doing a little special tribute here as these drivers are gritting up. Longtime racer Greg Biffle, Forever 16. He's now an angel in the sky for us, and we're happy to do this special tribute tonight for Roughneck Racing's Wagoner's Welding Superspeedway series. Just before we hit the green flag here, this is a special parade lap for Mr. Biffle, the Biff. Really an iconic legend in NASCAR. He was named one of the 75 greatest drivers of all time in sports history, solidifying that legacy. But he was born in 1969 in Vancouver, Washington. He began racing in his local short track before breaking into the NASCAR competition in the mid-90s. He gained national attention in the Winter Heat Series, which eventually led to a ride with Jack Roush's racing team, and that partnership pretty much defined his entire career. Biffle is one of the only handful of drivers to win championships in both NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series and the Xfinity Series in the 2000s, and then in 2002 for the Xfinity. Known for his versatility, toughness, and pure racing talent, Greg earned 19 wins in NASCAR Cup Series, showing consistency and competitiveness with over 515 starts. His best Cup season came in 2005 when he notched 6 wins and finished second in the championship hunt. Beyond the track and later in life, Greg became respected for his humanitarian work, including helicopter relief flights into hard-hit communities after Hurricane Helen, using his passion and skills to help those around in need. In 2003, he was put into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So, tragically, we did lose Greg in December of this year in a plane crash, a loss that's, reverberated everywhere and even in this community here as Roughneck does celebrate them. Mr. Biffle and his family tonight, and this parade lap now is just more than a tradition, and, it's really an honor for us to salute such truly a great racer, a fierce competitor, and a beloved figure whose impact will be remembered by fans everywhere. So, Greg, if you're looking down on our broadcast tonight at SpeedZoneTV and for Roughneck Racing, this one's for you. Hope you're watching, buddy, and hope these guys do a great show for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 20-car field tonight. Looking like we have Mr. Chris Ramsey on the pole. Had to unplug one of my drives there. We were getting a little mouse interference. So here we go. Getting ready here. We'll be going a green next time by. So we are at the Talladega Superspeedway, 2.6 mile an hour, 71 temperatures, clear skies, 41% humidity. Might have to roll through the grid shortly here. We're getting ready to go green. So we got Ramsey on the pole, Parson on the outside pole, Sherminsky 3rd, Richardson 4th, Hurst 5th, Sprinkle 6th, Tate 7th, Smith 8th, Pylan 9th. 10th is Don Francesco, Fairman 11th, Hunter in 12th. So we're gone green. We'll get through the rest of the field in just a little bit. 50 laps tonight. in the Gen 6 car. A little bit older car in iRacing, but known for its awesome draft package. Carson doing a great job of getting out to the lead. Richardson on the high side with Sprinkle in behind. The floor machine of Smith, Sprinkle and Smith, been absolutely dominant this season. Racking up the wins. Ramsey dropping back a little bit into about the 7th spot now. Richardson out in the lead. He's trying to stitch together one of his stronger finishes this season. We've seen him poke up in front of the field and then eventually fall back and just not have the right poker hand when it's time to, you know, call the pot here. So hoping Richardson has some good luck tonight. Two laps underway so far. Coming to the 3rd. We're 3 wide, a little bit further back. 78 machine of Manning on the high side. With the 30 of Wagoner in behind. Number 96 in the field. I haven't seen that. That's some stranger danger. That's Matt Barker rejoining the field. Single file up through the front of the row. Looks like about 8 cars are single file so far. These guys, they have the ability to go about 30 laps on a tank of gas with 1 fast repair. Race number 7 in the season. So we've got drops calculated already. Our points leader so far is that 77 machine of Sprinkle. 2 wins on the season. He's got a 2-point lead over Dylan Grace, who is not in the field tonight. Unfortunate for him. Sun glaring out of the turn as these guys come down the backstretch. You can see the shine on the windshield. Sprinkle looks for a little bit of air as he looks down into turn 3. Drivers are going to have to be managing their temps here. One might tick by pretty fast. On board with the 29 machine of Jimmy Pilen. Get a feeling of how close these guys are. Hands up on the wheel as they're going through turn 1 and 2. These cars are sparking. You can see how tight they are to the ground as those sparks shoot up on the windshield. A lot of throttle management. Hop a little bit further back. Pick on the 16 car, tribute car tonight of Liam Beebe. Sporting the biffle paint. That's Fairman on the outside. Let's get an impression of how much work these guys have to steer in this simulator. Big checkup going into turn 1. "19 cars in the field, all 2 seconds apart. Pretty much throw a blanket over everyone." Richardson's still up in the lead. Single file for 7 cars, and it looks like we got the 29 Pilen with Ramsey on his outside. Looking to make a second groove with Fairman in behind him. Second group has fallen back a little bit here. You can see there's a 1.3 second gap. The leader of that second pack is no stranger to the field at Roughneck. It's Eric Copperthorne in the 98. He's got Keltner on his bumper. Newcomer this season. Maybe an old comer. But he's definitely here now. 2 abreast in behind Keltner. That's Hunter Manning. 34 Straminski. First. Wagoner. Barker. Bunch of drivers here. It's going to be interesting to see if pit strategy becomes a factor and we see 2 groups start to work together. So we'll have to start to look at lap times as it progresses. Back up to the front here, getting a little racy. Parson with Hyland, Ramsey, and Fairman on the outside. Big bump from Sprinkle. Richardson gets a little loose. 3 wide. Don Francesco's got Fairman. Push 3. Oh, contact. Big hit for Parsons. Gonna bring out our first caution of the night here. Happened so fast. And he's gonna have to tow. That car is busted. There's no front end on that. Tough break for him. Go ahead and take a look at our SpeedZoneTV instant replay here. Try to gather up what happened. I'm gonna back it up a couple frames. And looking at where it is, it looks like that outside line got away here with Ramsey, Don Francesco, and then all of a sudden it looks like Parson got sent to the moon. Hyland gets on his right rear, and that's going to be a tough break for Parson. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one more time from Parson's perspective. Maybe we'll hop in the cockpit. Who's to say? On board, the 33 of Parson. Definitely a rough ride. Some carnage for Manning as well. Getting involved in that. It looks like he had to tow. All the drivers. Yeah, just tried to check up and avoid, and unfortunately nowhere to go. Copperthorne gets involved as well. We'll go back to live action here. Fortunate break for Parson, just holding the bottom line. Drivers are going to come down, top up for fuel. Lap number 9 underway. Drivers are away. Richardson beats them off pit road. Parsons still showing in the pit. Like he's going to be held. Might go a lap or 2 down. Quick shout out to Wagner's Welding, series sponsor for Roughneck Racing, making it able for you guys to be viewing SpeedZoneTV tonight. Just a reminder, you can click the gearbox in the bottom right hand side and put it to 4K. SpeedZoneTV offering you the best, sexiest viewing pleasure for your eyes with Maxo Grapho. Yeah, that means maximum graphics. Not too bad. Unfortunate push by the 29 there. I'm not really sure if he was trying to cool the engine. But definitely got on the right rear of that 33 machine as he saw the moon. Carson has been a threat most of this super speedway season. And much like the two of Richardson, has not found the right dance partner to have those consistent finishes as needed. Lights are off on the pace vehicle. We're getting ready to go again. Interesting to see if we get these drivers shuffled back. And we see two distinct packs once again. Sure that the anxiety is rising, the tensions are getting a little higher. You know, when you come back from a 2-week break, it might be a little a little cumbersome to find yourself in the hot seat, not used to being under the pressure. Super speedway racing is definitely different, requiring a lot of attention, actually. I mean, regardless of the style of racing, whether it's intermediate speedways or short tracks, each of them have, or road courses, each of them have a unique set of skills that are required. And I would definitely say super speedway racing is not everyone's cup of tea, and it's going to be interesting to see how the next 39 laps shakes out. Pace car getting ready to duck in. Started getting ready to wave that flag as they come to the Geico restart zone. Great start by the two of Richardson. Sprinkle on the outside. We've seen that outside line make a charge, so hopefully Smith can start to push him to where he needs to be. Sprinkle breaking away a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be able to clear going into the turn. Richardson's able to get there with Barnes in the mix behind Smith. 27 of Hunter also in the mix. That outside line is looking pretty swifty with the 77 of Sprinkle, 99 of Fairman, 16 of BB, and the 58 of Hurst. We haven't seen that 58 machine up in the mix just yet. Fairman trying to get Sprinkle the nudge. Tightening up down the backstretch. They're going to try to use that side draft. Richardson's wondering if it's going to be his night tonight for race number 7. Currently sitting 8th in points. Sprinkle able to clear. Great job by drivers now, settling down, picking away. Now the 5th lap. Barnes peeks to the outside. Got Hunter joining him. The 30 of Wagoner and the 96 of Barker all form up the second line. Now we're 3 wide. Lots of room here to go 3 wide on this 2.5 mile super speedway. Hunter comes up and bumps Wagoner. Don Francesco looking under Beebe in that 16. Woo, a little touch from Don Francesco on Beebe. And a little too close for comfort. Barnes needs a dancing partner. He's going to get sucked back in the vacuum here pretty quick. Breaking away, Barnes able to drop down to the bottom side in behind Hunter. The charge from Wagoner and Barker fall apart as they don't got enough momentum on that high side. Sprinkled our leader. Ooh, little bump from Smith. Richardson backs out of it. Heads up driving there. Thinking about the long game. "17 laps underway, coming to 18. That's 1/3 of the race through. Contact in the back. Yellow is out once again. We're going to have to get our SpeedZoneTV instant replay, but it looks like the 15 of Gary Miller has been involved in extensive motor damage. The 58 of Johnny Hurst also carnage. Go ahead and bring up our SpeedZoneTV instant replay. Try to figure out what happened here. It was looking quiet, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't. Big run from the 58, but it looks like doesn't look good. Man. Be the bearer of the bad news here, but it's to me it looks like the field's checking up here. As they're checking up, 29 machine does not check up enough. Hooks the 15 of Miller into the 58. And as they're spinning around, see the extensive damage there. Looks like everyone else got through okay. Going through here. See just everyone else. Parsons, Manning's taking it easy. But yeah, definitely 29 being the culprit there. And let's just go back in time and let's just look at that 58 machine could see here. Coming out of turn 4, we're going to hop in the cockpit first. You can see just right in his A-pillar. No time to react. None whatsoever for that 58 machine. And just sparks shooting up the windshield there as that car is under serious damage. Back to our live action here. We'll probably see these drivers creep down the pits. Ryan Hunter stays out. He's our leader right now. Take a quick break here. Give a shout out to Wagoner's Welding, series sponsor for Roughneck Racing.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Almost halfway through the race. Time is ticking down. We've seen some fast repairs used. These drivers have one fast repair. Lights are off on the pace vehicle. Next week, the Super Speedway Series will be bringing the Xfinity car to Echo Park or Atlanta Speedway for race number 8. But before then, we'll be headed to Wednesday night at Kansas for the Truck Series, where the similar drivers in this field will be duking it out at Kansas Motor Speedway. Richardson doing a good job of staying up front alongside Sprinkle and Smith. They've been talked about all night. Good start by the oh, we're spinning in the back. We have a solo car spin here. Not really sure what happened. We're gonna take a quick look at that. On board the 30 machine. Big checkup. Looking like we're gonna back that up one more time. I'm not sure why the checkup occurred. Try to get a better perspective of this here. The 15 rolling up, the 24 rolling up. Field starts to accordion. Ramsey bumps Keltner. Miller checks up in time. Don Francesco hard in the bumper of Miller. And then just stacks up Manning, Wagner. And then, unfortunately, Parsons gets hammered. I mean, that's a tough one to call. I'll leave that to the special people. I'm not that special, but we'll go back to live action here. Tough break for that 30 machine. Definitely the action there, unbeknownst to him, to be faced towards the wall. Drivers coming down the pit. Hunter didn't come in last time. I'm not sure, if that's a strategy he wanted to be dealt here. I was kind of a little surprised that he just didn't want to hold out here. Drivers should have enough to go the entire way now. With him coming in the lap previous, I'm not sure if he would have been in the best position. Long cautions can drive anyone absolutely insane, especially the racers at Roughneck Racing. Richardson back up to where he's been comfortable most of the night. Might be in contention for the most laps led. But, we didn't have a chance. We'll quickly go through it now, but we did have 20 cars start the field tonight. I don't know if we'll be able to get the grid to come back up. We just pop around for a quick second, take a look at these cars in the field. At a time to kill, that's a 2 of Richardson, up 3 spots tonight. Currently in second is the 4 of Smith. In third, 77 of Sprinkle. Barnes in fourth is 3 Mobile. Island in fifth is 29 machine. 96 of Barker. 6th. 7th goes out to the 98 of Copperthorne. Behrman showing in 7th now. Keltner in 8th. Kaminsky 9th. Ramsey 10th. 11th. Gary Miller. BB in 12th. Cars are jostling around. Hunter ends up in the 13th spot. Don Francesco 14th. Hurst showing a lap down. Wagner getting back up to the field. Carson also showing a lap down. Manning also showing a lap down. So important the flow racing. Back up to the front here. Lights are off on the pace vehicle. Getting ready to dance, getting ready to boogie. Here we go, getting ready to boogie. Tim Richardson off to a great start here. I don't know if that's going to fare well because Smith has been a... Ooh, he just does a heads-up move. Just ducks in behind Sprinkle. Top 5. We've officially entered halfway territory for this race. Ramsey starting the second line a little bit further back. Let's take a peekaboo at him. Let's see if he's able to get a charge up front. He's got that 24 machine of Don Francesco pushing hard. Barnes jumps to the high side as well. Let's see if they tuck in behind him down the back stretch. Keltner, the big gap from Barker. These guys are jostling around. Too much shoving. We might see another caution, and I will cry. Looking at this middle of the pack. These drivers start to get in line. We have so much racing left here. Drivers are running out of fast repairs, that's for sure. It looks like the top 5, 6, 7th, 8th, 9th have all got it figured out. Just chilling single file. Right? Can't ever speak too soon. Keltner jumps to the high side with Barnes in behind him. Fixing up to have a crazy race here. Big bump from Don Francesco on the bumper. Fairman shoots him up the track. Almost saw another caution there. Some drivers a little bit further back here. Let's go ahead and see who's in that second pack. We got Beebe, Ramsey, Wagoner, all on the lead lap, but you're starting to think that these other guys are crazy. I mean, they wouldn't be wrong. It's been a very interesting night. We've had a mix of cautions happening here. "22 laps to go." These front few are just waiting and buying time. There's like nothing special to see here. Don't put the camera on us. Top 9, maybe 10 cars, all single file. Minsky and Hunt are working on the outside. A couple of these guys might have said enough's enough and let's settle in line. Gonna take a look at the lap times of Wagoner, Beebe, and Ramsey in 1 second here. See if they have the ability to suck up to that main pack. I would think yes with 5 cars. But it could be a little too early to see if they're really pushing or if they're just managing gap. Patience did not last long as we're going down the backstretch to abreast. You know, that's happening. Let's take a look at our point standings after 6 races. Sprinkle up in the mix all night. Showing our current points leader. Wondering if we were going to see something crazy happen. Fairman jumps out. Let's pull up the points one more time. Grace not in the field tonight, currently in 2nd spot. Tough break for him. Barnes in 3rd spot. He is currently running 10th, a little bit further back in that 3 machine. Andrew Smith in the 4 machine is in 3rd. In 5th spot, we have Copperthorn. And not showing in the list there is Gary Miller, who's tied for 5th spot. And then we move to Tyler Manning, Tim Richardson, who's up front right now, and Pylon, who's been involved in a series of caution. And then the running at 10th in points is Dalton Steele, who's not here tonight. So a bunch of interesting things going on here. With our points battle, and you know, 2 races are drop races out of the 12 race series, so these drivers are trying to win a championship out of the best 10. Beebe, Ramsey, Wagoner all fall to 5 seconds back, leaving a healthy gap. Two abreast up in the top 12. No breathing room for these guys. 15 laps to go. We haven't really seen our big one so much tonight, but anything, well, anything and probably likely will happen. Not much of a cushion here. The outside line gets going. Fairman making the charge. These drivers got a pit. I thought we had a 30-lap window. These 4 lock it up, getting good. Richardson gets in clean. Richardson, Smith, Sprinkle, and Barker. Time to see who's going to have the tactics here to get it done. Hit strategy locked and loaded. Definitely going to be setting us up for one of those unpredictable outcomes for tonight. And, you saw those 4 drivers duck in: Richardson, Smith, Sprinkle, and Barker. Likely going to be set up as an intimate draft group. Here comes the next bundle. Woo! Miller gets in hot. Passes Barnes. Hunter checks up a lot. Keltner does a good job of maintaining that gap. Wonder if we're going to see a first-time winner tonight. We've had 5 different winners in our 6 races so far this season. Two of our 5 not in the field tonight. Wonder if this group of cars is going to have to come in the pits. Take a look at our pit stop lap here. Majority of these drivers came in on lap 18. Well, if I'd be bolting on tires here, if I'd just be doing a splash to go. Move our grid back a little bit further. We'll move it to 9th. The mix of cars have coming in on lap 36. And Keltner, Miller, Hunter, Parsons, they haven't pit yet. So, it'll be interesting to see. Our leader currently is at 34 machine of Straminsky. Hunter to the high side. Doesn't look like he got out of the pits as he had hoped. Might have taken too much fuel. Miller getting sucked up by the pack here. Not looking good for Keltner. He's got no dance partner. And Barnes is able to catch the tail of this pack, who does not seem to be forming up a strong formation here. Ten laps to go. We know these guys up front don't have enough fuel to get her done. So it's just going to be a matter of, are these guys able to have the pit stop to get them out? Let's take a look at lap times. We're going to be specifically watching in and around 8th, 9th, and 10th compared to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I'm going to switch this over here. Ooh, very impressive. 48.7 or 48.8 for the top 3. And looking at Smith, Richardson, and Sprinkle, and Barker in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. And even Barnes, 7/10 faster. Those guys further back are really working well together. If these guys up front don't get together and push, they're going to be, a couple seconds behind. It doesn't matter. Straminsky, Copperthorne in the pits. Ooh, Fairman gets in juicy hot. Ramsey Wagner coming in. Oh, contact on pit road. Not sure what happened there. That's going to be costly to Copperthorne. Copperthorne's currently tied for 5th in points. Beebe and Manning all alone up front. Here comes the power couples. I don't know. What do you call it? Power 5-pack. I don't even know. Great pit for Beebe. Oh shit, that wasn't Beebe. That was Sherminsky, but you can see there, Sherminsky falls back from that pack very fast. These are going to be the pack of cars to watch. This top 5 here, if no cautions happen, will be in the contention for the win. Just to recap here. Next week, we'll be headed to Atlanta in the Xfinity car? Question mark? Yes. You want to tune into that for SpeedZoneTV at 7:25. Check that out. But before that happens on Wednesday night, race number 7 for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series by Roughneck Racing. Going to be doing 100 laps at Kansas Speedway. Big battle heating up there as well as here. Looks like the winning strategy here has been handed to these top 5 cars. Beebe's still out on the track, but he's just really hoping for a caution at this point. Unless somehow magically he's been able to save, but he didn't come in on lap 22, so I mean, definitely short a couple laps on fuel. Parson down into the pits now. Tough night for Parson. Never really the cause of trouble, but always seems to find himself in it in the Super Speedway series here. Like, Beebe has lost Manning as a draft partner. Gonna really allow this group of cars in behind, 26 seconds back. Copperthorne and Fairman a lap down. I mean, this is where the action's gonna be, folks. 4 laps to go. Beebe's still out there. Likely going to see these drivers mix it up soon. Looks like the 16 of Beebe now down in the pits. He's away. That's going to put him out of contention of the win. Back up front here with our leaders and our lead pack. Smith, Richardson, Sprinkle, Barker, and Barnes. Sprinkle has a win. Barnes has a win. And there's 3 stranger dangers. Smith does not have a win, but he's been super consistent up front. 3 laps to go. 2 at the line. If we take the white, we'll be in GWC territory, and there'll be no turning back. The second pack of cars is 14.5 seconds behind. Richardson pushing Smith hard. Going to be interesting to see. Sprinkle jumps to the high side in front of Barker. Barnes drops down to the bottom. Going to be interesting to see how these lap cars play a factor. Fairman and Copperthorne not in the mix, but their air definitely can create some turbulence. White lap is going to be out here. Race will be official. This is what we've waited for. We've been live for just about an hour. I'm coming down to the final lap here. Gonna get to see who gets a big run. Barnes hanging back. Sprinkle's got a run. We'll see who jumps. Sprinkle jumping to the outside. Trying to get a run on Richardson. He doesn't got enough momentum behind him to get a run. Sprinkle shoots. Smith, our winner. Richardson second. Bumping and banging to the line is Barnes and Sprinkle. Barnes grabs that third spot, but impressive. I thought we were going to see a little bit more crazy action up front here to wind us out for tonight. Gonna have to see what happens here. Driver's coming around and ready for the shakedown. Awesome finish. Few rough cautions there, and then the field was able to settle down. We saw some green flag pit stops, and that, got it done. Heck yeah. Give these drivers a moment to make it through the tech before we get some driver interview. Congratulations again to Andrew Smith. That's definitely going to help him in the points battle to grab a couple points. In that championship. Barnes also gaining a point or two on Sprinkle. And Richardson's going to gain some good points and move him up the charts as well. We'll try to get some updates on some points later on. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here for some driver interviews.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North
Time to
Carolina.
get ourselves down with some driver interviews. We're going to grab our third place finisher tonight, Mr. Tyler Barnes. Tyler, how's it feeling pulling off the P3 in the 3 machine tonight, buddy?
Feeling great, man. How y'all doing tonight?
I can't complain. Up 10 spots tonight. I didn't really see, like, you were up in the mix, but, you weren't kind of, like, charging up the front. What was your strategy tonight, and how did you feel you did?
Well, I was trying to kind of plan on staying up in the front all night, and I kept getting shuffled back. Couldn't step to the front to save my life, but got there at the end, though.
Yeah, I mean, P3, pretty impressive finish. We had some, carnage. Was it 4 or 5 cautions? You survived them all. Wednesday we're headed to Kansas. Are you excited for Kansas?
Oh, for sure. It's such a fun track.
Yeah, buddy. So let's take a look at your standings there. P3, you had a good battle at the end with Sprinkle there. Yeah, did you check your door marks to see if you got any door marks or what?
I went over to that car, saw the car even to check it, but I'm sure they're there. That was a hell of a finish.
I mean, that moves you up in, I guess, 3rd spot in points. You're only 5 out with 1 win on the season. So, consistently you started further back. I think next week we're headed to Echo Park or Atlanta Speedway in the Xfinity car. Is that a drafting car combo that you like?
Oh, for sure. Can't never go wrong with them Xfinity cars.
Yeah. I do find they get a little jacked up from time to time, but they do create some good racing.
Yes, sir.
Well, who do you want to give a shout out to for your P3 finish tonight?
My Lord and Savior, most definitely. My girlfriend, SpeedZoneTV, Roughneck Racing, Wagoner Welding, Elite Motorsports, and yeah, just everybody that makes this thing happen week in and week out, man. I appreciate everybody.
Heck yeah. Well, congrats on your P3, Tyler. Hope to be talking to you either on Wednesday night or next Monday. And, congrats on your pursuit to a championship because, in both series, you're coming in hot. So, keep up that fire, brother.
Yes, sir. Will do. Appreciate it.
Take care. That's our P3 finisher. We're going to grab Tim Richardson. Timmy finally had some luck tonight. How's it feel to be up front, not get turned around?
Man, it feels great. I'll have to double check. I might have actually come out with a 0x on that race. I don't know though.
I don't know, but don't get ahead of yourself now. But
hey, I didn't wreck anybody, buddy.
No, you didn't.
I did my job.
Surprising, like, watching you through the Super Speedway series here, you're always kind of like a threat. Some bullshit always kind of happens to you. Did you do anything different tonight? Did you throw out some prayers? Did you do a witch dance? Like what was your secret sauce tonight?
Honestly, I'll be 100% honest. Super Speedway racing. I was just telling the guys down in the interview chat. You have to have good teammates in Super Speedway racing. You guys have to work like a well-oiled machine, and I feel like we did that tonight. Unfortunately, Johnny got caught up in a bunch of stuff, but me, Adam, and Andy tried to stick together. I made the call to short pit. We all came out together. I think we had the 96 of Ace with us also. We just got stacked up just like you watched us do in the truck race before the break, and we just tried to replicate that, but come out with a better outcome this time, and we did. We're on the podium.
Yeah, and watching as you guys short pitted there, as you work together, you were actually about 7/10 faster than the lead pack of cars. So as they stayed out longer, that just moved them further back and back. and you guys were all in a big pack when you pitted, and then you somehow ended up with like over a 14-second lead after it all was said and done in the shuffling. So hats off to you guys for working together as a team. And I was kind of rooting for you at the end. I was like, you might as well turn that 4 car and get yourself a dub because you led the most laps tonight, 24 laps. So I mean, I guess you got to play nice with your teammates, right?
I'm not worried about it, man. I have no problem. Anybody that's raced with me in this league knows that I have no problem pushing teammates to a win and finishing second. It does not bother me one bit. I know that eventually that will get returned. We just haven't been in that situation yet. I told Andy 1 to green or 1 to go. I said, here it comes, because I wasn't leaving him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So
hats off to you for kind of sticking true. I mean, Adam was more so to me in a protecting position where he was kind of like looking but not charging because there wasn't enough help behind him. But that's what it is, right? So it looks like you moved up to 5th spot in points. You're only sitting 13 points back. So you're definitely fixing up for a good season so far. What are your thoughts into the final 5 races left of the season? You're going to see the same kind of energy coming from you, Tim?
brother, I'm gonna put this 2 car in victory lane this season. I keep telling the guys it's coming. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it. It's coming. Yeah, I expect to run up front, and I mean, like tonight, this isn't the first race that I've led a lot of laps in. I know I'm capable of it. It's just having that attitude and having good teammates behind you, man. That's what it takes. And of course, that horseshoe up my ass, a little bit of luck being super speedway. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
you win some and you lose some. Tonight was a great showing for the race team. Like I said, shout out to Andy and Adam and Johnny for being good teammates. And yeah,
sticking together, right? Tim, well, you shouted out your teammates, and who else you want to give a shout out to for your P2 finish tonight?
James Wagoner Welding, as always. Anytime I'm on the podium, he's the reason that this league continues to operate and will continue to operate. So, big shout out to him. Couldn't do it without Uncle Jamie on board. Shout out to you for being on board and broadcasting. My fellow admins, my teammates, all the drivers, man. The drivers make the league. I just post the races. It's on them to show up. They show up, and we just try to put on good races for everybody. So shout out to everybody that's involved in the Roughneck racing.
Oh, heck yeah, Tim. I hope to be chatting to you again soon, whether it's in the Wednesday night truck series or here again tonight. Wishing you all the luck, and
I promise we'll chat again, buddy. I promise you that.
stay happy, brother. Good job tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
P2 finisher Tim Richardson giving you all the sauce and the teammate secret sauce. So we're gonna bring in our winner tonight, Andrew Smith. Andrew, Rob in the booth. How you feeling, buddy?
Feeling pretty good, especially after that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I wasn't expecting the amount of cautions we saw tonight. What was your take on tonight's race overall?
Well, we stayed out of it. Besides Johnny, poor Johnny. Hate it for him, but we stayed out of pretty much everything. And I don't think I ever saw a wreck unless I looked over at the broadcast. So overall tonight was super good. This number 4 Ford Mustang didn't mess around tonight.
Yeah, I think the only one that might have happened in front of you was the contact between the 33 and the 29. But other than that, everything else was like middle to the back of the pack.
Oh yeah, a car did go airborne tonight. I do remember that actually.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Well, that's good.
We did something a little different tonight. We did a shout out to Greg Biffle and had a parade lap. Do you have any memories of the Biff?
Not necessarily, not anything I could obviously think off the top of my head, but we still got to remember them and their families and Denny Hamlin's family while they're going through what they're going through with his dad, and it's just sad to see. the people with so much influence, especially like the Biff when he was starting YouTube and he was running with Cletus McFarland, and he became kind of Cletus's mentor, so it's just sad to see things like that happen.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you ended up not having too much to say, but you said a whole bunch. And I think it's a humble perspective to kind of share. It's like you have an iconic figure like Greg Biffle and his outreach to the community and how it brings community together and how it can be reflected upon in roughneck racing. So it was definitely something nice that the drivers came together and did. Um, let's talk about you and where you are in the points. You're looking like you're a threat this season. How you feeling for a championship?
I'm gunning for the championship wholeheartedly. As soon as the race ended and I got out of the car, I went straight to the points. It looks like me and my teammate from tonight, Adam Sprinkle, we're tied 174 to 174 for first place right now with Tyler Barnes. Shows him in third, but obviously he's in second with 169. So hopefully we can keep doing what we're doing, especially as a team. You guys saw what we could do tonight. So as long as we continue working as a team at these super speedways, we should be able to do this every night. And somebody in our team in our four is getting a championship. So whether it be me or Adam, we're gonna be happy either way.
Yeah, and I mean, hearing Tim talk about it too is just nice to see you guys like work together and stick to a strategy. And I think that's really to me what shows the strength of a team. And you don't see that. And I was thinking Tim was gonna jump out or at least rub your bumper a little bit more, but like he just pushed you. I was like, what the hell, Tim? Like, what the hell? Like
Yeah,
we're broadcasting here, Tim. We need a show.
this is not the first time. There was multiple times in past seasons where this exact outcome has happened. But like I said before we even came to our interviews, if Tim was in front of me in that situation, I would have done the same exact thing for him because everybody wants to win, but when you're working as a team and everything becomes a team effort, there is no me, right? So
Of course.
we try our best to make sure everybody gets a little something. So, like I said, if Tim was in front of me, same thing would have happened. He would have finished first. I'd have finished second, and that would have been that. So
Next week, we head to Echo Park or Atlanta Speedway in the Xfinity car. What are your thoughts on that car track combo in the draft?
well, me personally, I think the Xfinity car kind of drives like a boat. I think it's probably my least favorite car. And with the way Atlanta's been this season, it's probably my least favorite track. So my least favorite combo's coming up. So we'll see. We always get plenty of practice in behind the wheels. So
That is what it is, right? You can't always have your favorite, and I think I do agree with you. Like as far as a drafting car, the Xfinity is not my fan for drafting, especially bumping. It just doesn't handle so.
and Atlanta's not good for it anymore, especially.
No, definitely not. So Adam, sorry, Andrew Smith.
You're good.
Who do you want to give a shout out to your win tonight?
We always got to give the first shout out to James Wagoner's Welding for putting this on for us and allowing us to do what we do every week. We always really appreciate it. This is super fun to get on and mess around with everybody and have some good racing. Got to give the shout out to Turtle Wax and Race to Stop Suicide and SWA Sabers for running with me this season.
Heck yeah. Pleasure watching you race all season, and congrats on your first win tonight, Mr. Smith. And also good luck in your hunt for the championship because you're not only fighting a huge field of cars, you're fighting your teammates, and sometimes that can get sticky. So hopefully you're friends afterwards.
We're a team through and through. So
Heck yeah. Well, congrats on the win again, and I hope to be talking to you again soon.
thank you.
That was our winner, Andrew Smith, getting them all crossed up with the Adam Sprinkle there, finishing fourth tonight. And, just very impressive. And you heard it from Smith and you heard it from Richardson that those three were just able to work together, and you really can't say enough about the power of teammates in a super speedway situation. So the short pit paid off. They were able to break away from the field. They picked up a scraggler, Barnes, who was in the mix, hunting in the door of Sprinkle, but everyone was able to cross the line safely. And very impressive that it got done in the fashion that it did. We'll just take a second here and roll through the results and shoot off with closing off the broadcast here. But looking back through the field, let's take a look at our results. We had 19 cars in the field. The 20th car didn't start. So we talked to the top three already. Smith, Richardson, Barnes, Sprinkle in the light. And you can see the narrowest margin there of 2.5 tenths to 2 3/4 tenths. Just the narrowest of distance there. We'll try to grab a picture of that later on. Barker shows up. Hasn't been around for a while. Grabs the 5th spot. Straminsky 6th. Wagoner 7th after getting caught up in that crazy restart accordion. Miller in 8th, who got jacked up tonight. Hunter 9th. Keltner 10th. BB 11th. Copperthorne 12th. Fairman is in the 13th. Parson, no luck whatsoever. He's doing all right. Was able to finish the race. Grabs 14th. Manning 15th. Ramsey 16th. Hurst, definitely no luck tonight in the 17th spot. Pylon getting involved in a couple accidents. Not too good in the 18th spot. That's going to hurt a championship run for him. And the 24, Don Francesco. A lot of good pushing power, but not necessarily where he wanted to finish tonight whatsoever. So we're just seeing these guys getting ready to race to the line here, and the very impressive finish for these drivers as we watch Barnes and Sprinkle just battle ever so hard, but with a mountain of respect with each other. See Smith here just leading the charge here. They start to break away because Barnes and Sprinkle are just battling too hard, but Smith is ultimately going to just capture the race. So hats off to our winner once again, getting it done, working with his teammates. Bunch of cautions tonight, but still a bunch of great racing. You're going to want to tune into SpeedZoneTV Wednesday night, 7:25. We'll be duking it out 100 laps at Kansas Speedway for race number 7 in the Truck Series. But after that, we'll be back here again Monday night for race number 8. And you heard some mixed feelings about it. The Xfinity at Echo Park or Atlanta Speedway. Going to be a good race. Both of them actually going to be good races, but Atlanta or Echo Park can be challenging from time to time. But we have one heck of a championship starting to mix up here. You're going to want to stay tuned, stay live. Make sure you're putting a like on the broadcast, sharing it with your friends, family, cats, dogs, uncles, nephews, nieces, maybe even a distant cousin. That'd be cool. And just as a reminder, is that in the bottom right-hand side, you can click on that little gearbox. You'd be watching this thing in 4K. See all the shining lights that iRacing has to offer. And once again, much respect to Greg Biffle and his family and what they're going through, and as well as Denny Hamlin and all the impact. Greg Biffle had a significant impact on the racing community and outside of the racing community, just from being a good damn person. And good people are hard to find. So always and forever remembered is that 16 machine of Greg Biffle. Make sure that we're always paying respects to that 16 car one more time. Moment of silence here for the Biff. I want to say thank you to everyone tuned in tonight for our broadcast on SpeedZoneTV for the Wagoner's Welding Superspeedway Series, race number 7 in the books. We'll be back Wednesday night for race number 7 in the truck series, and then back again for race number 8 next Monday for race number 8. You're going to want to tune in for all the action. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm Robert Warren, your host, signing off for SpeedZoneTV, bringing you all the action. And we hope you guys be tuning in again soon. Take care, everyone.